Good afternoon. Welcome to the Midday Mull for Tuesday, the 6th of September. With Robert Murray McLean, today we read Ezekiel chapter 9 and Psalm 48, and that's a juxtaposition of ideas that struck me. In Ezekiel, we read of God moving out of the temple. The glory of the Lord moves from inside the temple onto the steps outside, and he sends angels through the city to go and destroy all the people that are ungodly. He sends out an angel and says, go and put a mark on the forehead of those who grieve and lament over the detestable things that are done in it. And then he sends the destroying angel and say, destroy anyone who doesn't have the mark. And Ezekiel falls down and he says, I fell face down, crying out, alas, sovereign Lord, are you going to destroy the entire remnant of Israel in this pouring out of your wrath on Jerusalem? And so we have this image of Jerusalem slowly being destroyed, and those that were left in Jerusalem who thought they were safe weren't. And the people in exile thought the remnant of Israel were those in Jerusalem, whereas they had to come to the point of realizing that they in Babylon were the remnant. In contrast to that, in Psalm 48 begins, great is the Lord and most worthy of praise in the city of our God, his holy mountain. Beautiful in its loftiness, the joy of the whole earth. Like the Hounds of Zaphon is Mount Zion, the city of the great King. God is in her citadels. He has shown himself to be her fortress. Now, it's not clear when the psalm was written, but clearly, in my mind, this must have been between the reign of David and the fall of Jerusalem, at a point where Jerusalem was abounding and there was great blessing there. And the psalmist looks and sees God in the midst of Jerusalem, God being the protection of Jerusalem, God sustaining Jerusalem and the beauty of it. And then Ezekiel seeing God moving out of Jerusalem and the destruction. And we need to remember that God isn't static. And what God does today, we cannot just rely on that and think that therefore it's all good. We need to constantly be walking with God, looking to God, listening to God, responding to God. The fact that he was in Jerusalem today doesn't mean he's bound by that forever. We cannot just rely on what God did yesterday and assume it'll hold good today. We need to have each day beginning and walking and ending with God. And the new day we say, God, where are you? What is God doing? How do we follow him? So be encouraged as you do that in your life, as we do that as a community, as we do that as a nation. We're listening and saying, God, where are you? How do we follow you? How do we honor you? Because we want to have you in our midst, like you were in Jerusalem. But we recognize if we turn from you, you will move away from us and the whole edifice will come crumbling down. So remain walking with God, listening to God, knowing that he answers and he does bless us. Be blessed.